Deep inside the heart of the Greenleaf jungle, something exciting was happening. For the first time ever, the animals had organized a forest bus safari, a fun tour around the jungle for all the young animals to see the wonders of their home. And guess who was the bus driver? None other than Captain Whiskers, the coolest jungle cat with a shiny red cap and sunglasses. Captain Whiskers purred, "All aboard the Jungle Safari Express." His bus wasn't an ordinary one. It was made of bamboo, leaves, and big rubbery wheels made from old tree bark. The seats were cushy mushrooms and the horn sounded like a cheerful monkey call. Ooh ah ah. Little animals lined up to get in. Tilly the turtle brought her binoculars. Benny the bunny packed carrot snacks for everyone. Mimi the monkey swung in from a tree and landed right on her seat. Raja the baby elephant had to squeeze in a bit, but he fit just fine. As the bus rolled through the jungle trails, Captain Whiskers pointed out amazing sights. A waterfall where parrots danced in the spray. A secret cave where fireflies twinkled like stars. A giant old tree with a spiral staircase of vines. "Look to your left," said Captain Whiskers. "That's where the Royal Peacock Parade happens every full moon." "Ooh," the little animals gasped. But suddenly, boom, a big muddy puddle splashed onto the path. The bus stopped. "Don't worry," meowed Captain Whiskers. "This kitty's got paws of steel." He jumped out and used his tail like a mop, clearing the path while singing a silly safari song. All the animals sang along and laughed. After the tour, the bus stopped at Berry Hill, where they all had a picnic. Benny shared his carrots, Mimi did funny flips, and Tilly told a story about a flying frog. As the sun set, Captain Whiskers said, "Every safari must end, but every memory becomes a roarsome story." And from that day on, Jungle Safari Express became a weekly event, with the coolest jungle cat as the driver. Once upon a time, in a calm and sparkling river, there lived a beautiful white swan named Sona. Sona loved to glide across the water, her feathers shining in the sun. She would sing sweet songs every morning, making all the animals smile. Not far from her, under a big shady rock, lived a clever little crab named Kavi. Kavi was funny, friendly, and always full of ideas. He loved solving puzzles and telling jokes. One hot summer day, the river began to dry up. The water level dropped, and the fish started to worry. Sona flew down to Kavi and said, "Kavi, the river is getting smaller. We must find a way to save our home." Kavi nodded, clicking his claws thoughtfully. "Let's work together. I'll dig a path to guide water from the nearby lake, and you can fly to bring help." Sona flapped her wings excitedly. "Great idea, Kavi, let's do it." Sona flew high above the trees and asked the clouds for rain. Meanwhile, Kavi worked hard, digging a small path using his strong claws. Soon, dark clouds gathered and gentle rain began to fall. At the same time, the little stream Kavi dug brought cool lake water into their river. The river was saved. All the animals cheered. Hooray for Sona and Kavi. Working together saves the day. Moral of the story: teamwork and smart thinking can solve big problems. In the heart of a lush, green jungle lived Percy the pigeon, the fastest postman with wings. Every morning, Percy strapped on his tiny blue bag, filled with letters and cards, and zipped through the trees delivering jungle mail. He'd flap past the tallest trees, zoom over rivers, and glide through vines to reach every corner of the jungle. "Mail time," chirped Percy, landing near Tara the tortoise. "Oh, thank you, Percy," said Tara with a slow smile. "I've been waiting for this letter from my cousin for a week." Next, Percy zoomed to the treetops where Benny the monkey was giggling. "Here's a bunch of bananas, and your message," said Percy. Benny laughed. "It's my joke of the day. I sent it to Lulu." Flying over the waterfall, Percy finally reached Lulu the lioness. "Dear Lulu," Percy read aloud, "why did the monkey bring a ladder to the jungle?" Because he wanted to reach new heights. Lulu let out a royal laugh. Benny's jokes always make my day. Thank you, Percy. Percy's final stop was Chirpy the chick. I hope I got my birthday card, Chirpy squeaked. Percy smiled and handed her a sparkly envelope. From Grandma Hen, with love. Chirpy danced around with joy. You're the best postman ever, Percy. And from that day, every animal in the jungle agreed. Percy the pigeon was not just fast, but he made everyone smile, one letter at a time. Far away, where tall bamboo trees swayed on one side and grassy plains stretched on the other, lived two very different animals, Zippy the zebra and Bubba the panda. Zippy was fast and curious, always galloping through the plains. Bubba was calm and thoughtful, spending his days munching bamboo and watching butterflies flutter by. Between them flowed a wide, rushing river. They could see each other from afar, but they never got the chance to talk or play. One year, the rains came early. The river grew bigger, louder, and scarier. Many small animals, squirrels, rabbits, hedgehogs, and birds, were stuck on either side, unable to find food or get back to their families. Zippy watched baby squirrels cry on the riverbank. He wanted to help but couldn't cross the river. Bubba saw tiny birds flapping helplessly. He also wanted to help. I have to do something, Zippy said, pacing. I can't just watch, Bubba whispered. Then, both had the same idea. Let's build a bridge. Zippy gathered long, strong sticks from the savannah. Bubba rolled thick bamboo logs from his forest. They reached the river, huffing and puffing. Zippy tried laying his sticks, but they were too short. Bubba rolled one bamboo log in, but it sank. Zippy shouted across, Hey Bubba, your logs are sinking. And your sticks aren't long enough. Bubba called back. Zippy thought hard. Wait, what if we work together? Bubba smiled. That's the best idea I've heard all day. Zippy tied the bamboo with vines using his strong teeth. Bubba used his strength to lift and place the logs. They encouraged each other, laughed when logs rolled away, and even sang silly songs to stay motivated. After hours of teamwork, the final piece was placed. The bridge stood tall and strong. The little animals cheered. They could finally cross the river, get food, and reunite with their families. And on that day, Zippy and Bubba walked to the middle of the bridge and gave each other a big hug. Moral of the story: when we work together and help others, we build bridges that last forever. Once upon a time, in a quiet little farm, lived a group of happy chickens. They spent their days pecking grain, playing in the sun, and chatting under the shade of a big tree. Not far from the farm, in the deep woods, lived a sneaky fox. He was always looking for a chance to snatch a chicken for dinner. One evening, the fox came up with a plan. He put on a straw hat and carried a basket. He knocked on the farm gate and said, "Good evening, chickens. I've brought you some juicy berries as a gift. I'm a friendly traveler." The chickens were curious, but the wisest chicken, Henny, whispered, "That's not a traveler. That's a fox in disguise." So, the chickens decided to trick the fox. Henny said, "Thank you, kind traveler. But we don't open the gate at night. Come back in the morning." The fox grinned and said, "All right, I'll be back." That night, the chickens built a strong wooden fence and dug a deep trench around their co-op. The next morning, the fox returned, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't get past the new fence. The chickens laughed and clucked, "Nice try, Mr. Fox. But you can't fool us." The fox, tired and embarrassed, walked away hungry. Moral of the story: be smart and stay alert. Not everyone who seems nice has good intentions. In a small village, there lived a clever cat named Mimi and two playful dogs named Rex and Rocky. Mimi loved to nap in the sun, while Rex and Rocky loved to run and chase sticks. One day, a big storm came. The winds howled and the rain poured down. Mimi's cozy treehouse was blown away, and she had nowhere to stay. She wandered through the rain, shivering and wet. Rex saw Mimi and barked, "Come stay with us." Rocky added, "We'll keep you warm and safe." Mimi was surprised, but, "Aren't cats and dogs supposed to fight?" Rex smiled, "Not when someone needs help." From that day on, Mimi, Rex, and Rocky became the best of friends. They shared food, played together, and always looked out for each other. Moral of the story: true friendship has no boundaries. Helping others brings us closer, no matter how different we are.